This is the Weekend Inspirational Notations report for the upcoming Friday evening through Sunday night. We will be consulting tarot messages and rune wisdom to get a glimpse into what we might experience from the vibe of the tribe, what's to be expected, what's to be rejected, the arising and surprising, and finally, the love boat. As always, we will be using Hope's Heart Tarot cards and Odin's runes to look deep into the weekend ahead. Are you ready? Let's shuffle. Let's ask, what do we need to know for the vibe of the tribe? What's to be expected? What's to be rejected? What's the arising and surprising? The love boat? And what is the total win report for this weekend? July 26th, 27th, and 28th. Friday afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's consult Hope's Heart Tarot by shuffling a few times, cutting once, and then laying down the deck and knocking to seal the deal. Now let's ask Odin's runes. What do we need to know this weekend? Friday, July 26th, Saturday, July 27th, and Sunday, July 28th. For the vibe of the tribe, what's to be expected, what's to be rejected, the arising and the surprising, and of course the love boat. I'm going to cut once and knock to seal the deal. You guys ready? Let's go. Okay, for the vibe of the tribe, the first card is Hope's Heart Tarot, and it is impatience and lack of confidence. So when we know that the vibe of the tribe is not being its best behaved younger self, here it is, the Two of Wands, as she looks out at what she can accomplish and all she can do. But when it's turned a little bit, it means there's some incompetence, which can lead to regret. You know, it's hard to judge an incompetence weekend, though, in summer. Maybe we are being a little immature, and maybe we are having more fun. There's something to be gained from that, too. But be careful that it doesn't go too far and that others don't go too far, because you don't want it ending up in regret. The rune to go with that is Haugan, which means destructive forces, which could also mean hail. I mean, maybe there's some incompetence and we're out on the lake and there's a big storm and it's a dangerous situation. I guess that leads a lot of leeway for excitement and fun this weekend, but we have to be careful and take extra precautions and look out for one another. Yeah, we're just having fun, but you know, we don't want it to end up in any kind of bad situation. So what's to be expected in this? Well, that someone can become thankless or self-centered. This is the Nine of Cups, which is about contentment. But if we end up being at all thankless, we can end up in vanity. So what's to be expected when people are acting a little immaturely and when there is the potential for a storm or something destructive or an argument to break out? What's to be expected is that someone's going to feel like it's a thankless job. The more responsible people may be dragged down. Doesn't that sound like any summer party you've ever been to anyway? But what's the rune that goes with it? Manifesting. Inga's turned is manifesting. Inga's is about male fertility, running a farm, growing, producing. And when it's turned at the 3/4 position, as it comes back from sterility, there's manifesting. Well, here's what I'm getting from that. With the rune coming back from sterility, from things being a little too sterile, a little too clean, a little too buttoned down, maybe we need to have a little bit of a wild side. And yeah, the person who says we shouldn't go too far, something could happen, might end up in a thankless situation, but the entire vibe of the tribe and what's to be expected might be raising to a new level of manifesting and making things happen, because they've added the ingredient of the unexpected and excitement and fun and adventure. They may be going off-road a little bit in order to spice up life. Right? Too pure water, there is no fish. What's rejected? Let's see what's rejected in all this. Overspending and being unwise. Yeah. We don't want to end up in debt, and we don't want to end up wasting things, right? The other thing to be rejected is ignorance, right? So long as we're not going overboard in our spending or being really irresponsible with material possessions, we're rejecting that, and we're rejecting ignorance, just blatant ignorance, because we don't want long-term problems from short-term fun. I just made that up. That's a pretty good one, isn't it? What's the arising and the surprising? What's coming up that we don't see coming is being charitable. Yeah. Maybe we're being charitable with those who went a little too far. You know, drove the boat a little too fast, or everyone had to sit on the same side of the picnic table and the whole thing crashed. You know, you can think of all the shenanigans we get into in the weekend and summer. But let's be charitable. That's the arising and surprising. I know it was all in good fun. Notice here it says joyful generosity. I love joyful generosity. And what's the rune that goes with it? Blank. You're being able to write your own check, write your own creator energy, your own creator power, tapping into that. The arising and surprising is that it's kind of, no one really gets in trouble, nothing bad really happens, and besides, we're all spiced up and we can now write our own check. We're energized now to do the things that we really need to do, which leads to the love boat. What are the waters of the love boat? Justice, being fair and balanced. Yeah, maybe we're a little wild and crazy, we're a little bit fun, but we're not completely irresponsible, right? And what's the rune that goes with it? Guardian angel. Realizing we're protected no matter what dumb thing we do. I think that this is a very interesting weekend reading, with being able to be a little bit incompetent, a little bit silly, a little bit fun, try something maybe we shouldn't try, and be able to handle any kind of destructive forces. It's not a party till something gets broke, right? It's not an adventure until we get lost. There is no journey without a dragon. I don't know, I could go on and on. The only thing that could be kind of a bummer is to have something be thankless. But realize that being a little naughty, going out on a limb, pushing the envelope, that's what helps us manifest. It brings in the spice of life. Just so long as we are not overspending or being ignorant. And the thing that's going to be surprising is the charitability, the giggling about it, and being able to write our own check, which leaves us in each other's relationships with justice and a feeling of protection from guardian angel energy. What a great weekend. I can't wait to experience it. It sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I can't wait to hear about all the shenanigans you get into. Maybe you'll let me know. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you next Thursday. This has been Joan Kristin Haugan, reporting from J&J Optical in downtown Sturgis, South Dakota. It has sure been a pleasure talking to you about your upcoming weekend report. If you like this video, please feel free to share it and comment as you see fit. And certainly I invite you to like my page. If you'd like your own deck of Odin's Runes or Hope's Heart Tarot or any of our other wonderful products, just visit prairiemagic.com. Have a great weekend, and don't play it too safe.